and a warm welcome to State of Business on our television. I'm Hishain Ali and let's have a look at the headlines first. Government extends loan facility provided to the tourism sector affected by COVID-19. Cabinet gives green light to amend labour laws, minimum age to be revised to 16 years. News in detail. The Cabinet of Ministers has agreed to provide a relief package to the tourism sector which was adversely affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. This was announced by the co-cabinet spokesperson, Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena, at the weekly cabinet decision press briefing held at the Department of Government Information today morning. Accordingly, the cabinet nod was given to provide loan facilities on the basis of paying back within a period of 5 years along with a 2-year concessionary period under an interest of 4% in order to pay the salaries of 20,000 rupees per head of the staffs of tourist hotels and tour management companies registered under the Sri Lanka Tourism Development Authority for a period of 6 months. Moreover, it was agreed to provide similar loan facilities for the payment of salaries up to 15,000 rupees each for a period of 6 months to the employees of restaurants, cafeterias, massage centres and physical health centres registered under the Tourism Development Authority. Also, the registered tour guides will be provided 20,000 rupees and tourist drivers will be given 15,000 rupees as one-time allowance. Moreover, the concessionary period of 6 months given for payment of leasing installments related to tourism sector is extended up to 12 months without any delayed charges. Furthermore, the registered tourist hotels and restaurants are provided with the facility to pay the electricity and water bills payable from 1st of March this year to 31st of August this year in 12 installments after 1st of September and to enjoy the facilities without any disturbance during the given period without any power or water cuts. In the meantime, the cabinet approval was given to amend the labour laws in the country to increase the minimum age of employment to 16 years. The labour laws in the country will be amended simultaneously with the World Day Against the Child Labour, which falls on June 20th. Hence, the Cabinet has approved the bill to increase the minimum age of employment to 16 years to comply with the compulsory schooling age to ensure that all children in the country are entitled to the privileges and rights as per the International Convention on Rights of the Child. Moreover, the government has decided to increase the maximum loan limit of the loan facilities granted for the beneficiaries under the Small-Scale Agricultural Enterprises Contributory Program from 300,000 rupees to 500,000 rupees. Small-Scale Agricultural Enterprises Contributory Program is implemented for uplifting the living standard of rural, small-scale cultivators through the funding of International Fund for Agricultural Development and Government of Sri Lanka. Due to the COVID-19 epidemic in the country, it has been realized that it is appropriate to produce school uniforms locally by encouraging local textile manufacturers. Accordingly, the cabinet approval was granted to purchase school uniform cloth from local textile manufacturers who are registered under the Ministry of Industry and Supply Chain Management. The Government of India has agreed to provide $100 million loans through Indian Exim Bank to add renewable energy to Sri Lanka's energy sector. Cabinet approval was given to implement the project with priority to install solar power systems on the roofs of government buildings and provide them with electricity and to provide solar power systems to selected low-income households in the Trincomalee, Monragala, Anuradhapura and Hambantota districts. The Public Utilities Commission of Sri Lanka, the electricity sector regulator, announces that all is set to fine-tune the externality costs, social and environmental costs that Sri Lanka has incurred due to power generation from thermal power plants. Issuing a statement this morning, the PUCSL said that the coal-based power plants make the highest additional cost in addition to regular production cost. The Public Utilities Commission of Sri Lanka had engaged in a study named Estimation of External Cost of Thermal Power Generation in Sri Lanka and called stakeholder comments and proposals on the discovered figures. According to the study, they said the study has recommended external cost of 4 types of thermal power plants in Sri Lanka, namely Lakvijaya Power Plant in Norachole, Yugadanavi Power Plant in Kerawalapitiya, Kalanithissa Power Station in Paliyagoda, Sapukaskanda Power Plant in Sapukaskanda based on the prevailing generation technologies and the type of fuel used. PUCSL announces that Lakvijaya Power Plant, which generates electricity via coal, reports an additional cost of 10 rupees and 23 cents per 1 unit. Yugadanavi Power Plant functioned on heavy fuel oil makes an additional cost of 4 rupees and 53 cents per 1 unit. Sapukaskanda Power Plant also runs on heavy fuel oil and that also makes an additional cost of 4 rupees and 65 cents per unit. Kalanithissa Power Station, which is being operated by diesel, also makes an additional cost of 7 rupees and 55 cents per 1 unit. The study had been carried out by a panel of experts of Sri Lanka Energy Managers Association, and according to the findings, the PUCSL also launched a stakeholder consultation to further validate the methodology and the externality cost figures associated with fossil fuel-based power generation in Sri Lanka through proposals and comments. Accordingly, PUCSL plans to extend the study to discover the external costs of power generation from other sources like hydro, wind, solar and natural gas as the second phase. They also invite the stakeholders to submit their proposals in writing on the findings of the study on estimation of external cost of thermal power generation in Sri Lanka on or before 3rd of July this year. Stay tuned for more news right after this commercial break. Welcome back after the break. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa instructs the officials of the State Development and Construction Corporation to pay attention to the construction of housing schemes for middle and low-income families. President gave this directive at a meeting to review the progress of the State Development and Construction Corporation held at the Presidential Secretariat yesterday. Addressing the officials, President Gotabaya Rajapaksa emphasized the need for state institutions to deviate from routine practices and transform them into profit-making entities. President requested the officials to present him with a report on the status of the organization when it was handed over to the current administration at the end of the previous 5-year administration and the progress thereafter. Highlighting the importance of securing new construction opportunities available in the private sector by the state entities, President reiterated the necessity of promoting the standards and the quality in order to compete with the private sector. Attention was also paid to the issue of outstanding dues owed by state organizations to the corporation. President instructed the officials to probe into this matter and work out a mechanism to recover this money. United National Party leader Ranil Wickremesinghe called on the government to disclose how an estimated $230 million provided by the World Health Organization to fight the COVID-19 virus was utilized. United National Party leader Ranil Wickremesinghe, addressing a political meeting yesterday, said the government had not purchased new PCR test kits, personal protection equipment, face masks or ventilators with the funds provided by the World Health Organization. Speaking to the party members from Kalutara and Matara districts, he said that most of other countries purchased the necessary medical equipment when they were informed about the funding from the WHO without waiting for the money to arrive. Former Prime Minister Wickremesinghe also questioned as to why the government did not purchase medicine from local manufacturers if they did not have foreign exchange available to import medicine. He also expressed the worry for being unable to question the matter in Parliament and asked the people to make the current health minister accountable for this. The UNP leader also asked government to carry out at least 5,000 PCR tests per day, building the confidence among public that the danger is no more. However, addressing the Cabinet press briefing today, Co-Cabinet spokesperson Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena added that Health Minister Pavitra Wanniyarachchi will respond to the issue in detail in coming days. An agreement was signed by the government of Sri Lanka with the government of Germany to obtain a technical assistance grant of 11 million euros to implement projects related to vocational training and SME development. Accordingly, the signing of the agreement pertaining to the grant took place at the Ministry of Finance, Economy and Policy Development yesterday, and Secretary to Ministry of Finance, Economy and Policy Development, S.R. Artigalas, signed the agreement on behalf of the government of Sri Lanka, while the Ambassador for Germany in Sri Lanka, John Rode, signed on behalf of the government of Germany. Thus, 7 million euros have been allocated to provide demand-oriented cooperative vocational training for young people. Thereby, 3.5 million euros will be provided at removing major obstacles to the global competitiveness of Sri Lankan small and medium-sized enterprises. Moreover, 0.5 million euros fund is utilized to finance preparation of new projects, to fund small-scale projects, and for financing German experts. The above projects will be implemented by GIS Development Agency of the German government. Stay tuned for stock updates. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on a mixed note today. The all-share price index dropped 0.30 points to close at 4,917.24, and the S&P SL20 gained 15.99 points to close at 2,055.06. The turnover was 1.6 billion rupees and over 40 million shares were traded. Up next are forex rates. And that's all news for today. See you tomorrow with State of Business. Until then, take care and good night.